These kids are horrible. Horrible. They say they hold the kids accountable, but they go to the office and they come back and they do the same thing. It's awful.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Teachers seem to have a lot to say just about what we should be doing in schools as parents. And are they wrong? Are they right? Who knows? And a lot of teachers are just leaving the system. So what do we do about this? I mean, if teachers don't want to teach, then how are the kids going to learn? So take a look at some of these videos. Leave your thoughts in the comments as well. Curious on what you think about all these.
Get your kids before the real world does, okay? I don't know what's in the air in these schools that's causing these kids to act crazy, entitled, acting like they can say whatever they want to adults or whatever and just be disrespectful to people who are showing them respect. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm the substitute teacher who is not going to deal with that, okay? Your kid has one time to disrespect me, and I guarantee you that one time they're going to be in the office. I don't care if it's something minute or if it's something huge. You're going to get sent to the office and you're going to get this referral immediately. Enough is enough. And at first I was side-eyeing the teachers. I was really side-eyeing the teachers because I was like, what are you doing? What environment are you cultivating in your classrooms? Where's the classroom management? Now, some teachers don't be doing their job at all, but I'm not talking about them. But there are teachers who come to their job trying to work hard, trying to make sure that your kids are educated and your kids are not getting the proper training at home and the bare minimum and learning how to be a decent freaking human being at home and giving these teachers who are attempting to do their job a hard time.
One of the reasons it's miserable to be a teacher in the United States is because if you teach at a private school, parents will literally think that they pay your salary with their tuition. And if you teach at a public school, parents will literally think that they pay your salary with their taxes. In both environments, public and private, I have had parents explicitly state that they believe I work for them. And then I'm like, no, I work for the school. I'm an employee of the school. And at a private school, you pay tuition so that we can have the lights on, the Wi-Fi working, Chromebook for your kid. And at a public school, you have to pay those taxes whether or not you have a kid enrolled in the school. So like, it's something you would be doing anyway. Like, it's not out of the generosity of your heart that I'm making my salary. But for real though, one of the most significant shifts that I noticed in education from the 2010s to the 2020s when I left was the absolute entitlement that parents think they have over the school environment. And I'm not just talking about like, it's a public school so I don't have to buy supplies for my kid. It's literally this idea that you, the teacher, work exclusively for that parent, that you are essentially a private tutor to that parent. And that if your child is not doing well, it is the teacher's fault. Little Hudson has never done anything wrong and he should get a 100 on everything. There are no consequences for the kids. Like, they learned a long time ago that there's really no actual consequences for behavior or academics. One of the many reasons why I left the teaching profession is the extreme lengths that parents have successfully gone to deprofessionalize teaching. It will always be your fault. It will never be their fault. When there is no ownership, there is no accountability. And when there is no accountability, there can be no action. And when there is no action, nothing can change. Hope that helps.
No. No, 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 no. I cannot. I had a teacher conference today, and because I used to be a teacher and because my husband is a teacher at the school, the teacher felt real comfortable talking to me. Listen to this. We're talking about parents and how they just have no concept that as a teacher, you are not at their beck and call. You don't drop everything for those parents and their kids. You have a life, right? If you haven't followed, there's this lady that just reads aloud requests from parents that are just outrageous. So we're talking about it. And this teacher tells me she is at a brewery, hanging out with her friends Friday night, having a drink, enjoying herself, having dinner, and a family walks in, and this family says, "Oh, they're so excited to see you. They just love you. You're her favorite teacher, blah, 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 blah." And they sit the two kids down at the teacher's table and leave. What? Like, what world are parents living in? Help me understand this, please. Teachers, you have to tell me, just share with me the craziest experiences that you have had, whether it's a request from a parent, like in an email, or something that's happened in the classroom, or something that's happened out and about, because my mind is just blown. Like, no wonder I left teaching.
Why are you guys sending kids to kindergarten in Pampers that don't know their name? What are we doing here, America? Listen, teachers are out here sounding the alarm because kindergartners are showing up in school, still in Pampers, not knowing their own names, and not knowing how to follow directions. And I know you're asking why. It's because nobody at home ever showed them any boundaries. Parents, raise your children. The world is not your babysitter. See, what happens is teachers end up spending valuable classroom time to teach your child how to use the bathroom, teaching kids how to sit down, how to listen, how to even recognize their own name. And who suffers? The children who actually have parents that invest in them, because those children have to wait until they teach your child basic things that you should have already taught your child before they even came to school. Parents, if you create a child, you have one job. That is to raise them. Teach them hygiene. Teach them their ABCs, how to count, how to think critically, how to follow a rule without acting like you're under attack. Those aren't extras, y'all. Those are basics. And let me tell you what it really says when you send your child out into the world with nothing. You're telling society that your child has no value. Because if you valued your child, you would actually equip them with something. I don't want to hear from some of y'all. It's the school's job. No, schools are there to build on what you already laid. So if you lay nothing, you're not raising kids, you're just raising burden. And I'm sorry if you're not ready to put in the work to teach a child, because then you should stop making them. America, do better, because children deserve to walk into kindergarten as students, not projects. Responsibility starts at home, y'all, period.
At this point, y'all, I just need to start a documentary. There is no way that it's 11:15 and I'm on the brink of tears because I want to go home so bad. These kids are horrible. Horrible. They don't care about learning. The parents don't hold them accountable. They don't make their kids hold themselves accountable. The admin does not hold the parents of the children accountable. They say they hold the kids accountable, but they go to the office and they come back and they do the same thing. It's awful. And on our way out the door to lunch, because y'all know I have to leave to lunch or I'm going to spaz. But on our way out the door, one of the kids spit in another kid's face. Just spit. And before that, the same little girl that I made the video on, 2 other of my videos on with the parent, y'all, she's been hitting people all morning. I talked to her at 7:40 about hitting my nonverbal, putting her hands on. She didn't hit him. She grabbed my nonverbal autistic little boy's arm. Why are you touching him? He does not mess with nobody. Why are you touching him? Spoke to her about that. Then on the way to specials at what time they go? 7:46, because I was running late because of that incident. She grabs another one of my autistic students' face. Why are you touching her? Mind you, this little girl has already had a swarm report and been referred to the counselor for a bullying incident on the bus. She hits, she steals, she cusses, and all her mama want to say is she still believes in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and she not going to change overnight. She a kid.
So that's a bit about what teachers are saying. My thought is that teachers do have it rough in the classroom right now. And as parents, yes, we can help, but also we have to remember that the teachers, they are teaching many students at once, over 20 in a classroom, sometimes over 30 in a classroom. I'm not sure where you sit on this, but for me as a parent, I try to do a lot at home. I try to do the best that I can, but at times it gets hard. And yes, I understand that a lot of parents are actually going to really rely on the schools and on the teachers, but I'm curious on what you think. And any comments that you have, leave them below, and happy to have more conversation on this. And until next time, to the next video.